Hi, I'm Miss Sarah from the Gwinnett County Public Library, bringing you another episode of Backyard Biology. Today, we're going to be looking at one of the largest North American land mammals that you might find in your own backyard, the white-tailed deer. White-tailed deer can be found singularly or in small herds. Their coats are reddish-brown in the summer and turn grayish-brown in the winter. This helps them camouflage. Can you see the deer in this video? There he is. His coat helps him blend right in with the grasses around him. This is a male white-tailed deer, also known as a buck. I can tell because he's got those big antlers on the top of his head. His antlers start to grow in the spring and will grow all summer long. Right now, because they're still growing, they are covered with a soft tissue known as velvet. The velvet feeds nutrients to the antlers and helps them grow. In the fall, when the antlers are finished growing, he will rub the velvet off. The antlers are then used to fight against other male deer when they battle for mates. Normally, however, deer are not aggressive. They prefer to deal with danger by running away. A deer can run up to 30 miles per hour. He can also jump up to 10 feet high. In the winter, his antlers will fall off, and then he will grow a new pair in the spring. Female deer are called does. They are smaller than the bucks, and unlike bucks, white-tailed female deer do not grow antlers. Baby deer are known as fawns, and their coats are a little bit different than their parents. Instead of being a solid reddish-brown, they're covered with little white spots. This is to help them blend in and camouflage, so when they lie still on the ground, they cannot be spotted by predators. Fawns will stay with their mothers for up to a year. Does normally give birth to either one or two fawns at a time. All white-tailed deer are herbivores. They can digest a variety of plant material, including leaves, twigs, fruits, nuts, grass, corn, and even lichen and fungi. They have a 4-chamber stomach, so they eat and then regurgitate their food to chew it again. This is known as chewing their cud. White-tailed deer are what we call crepuscular, which means they are most active at dawn and dusk. They are also active in the nighttime, but rarely spotted in broad daylight. During cold weather, deer retreat to the forest for some protection from the elements. But in the spring or summer, deer are attracted to where grasses grow, so places like fields and lawns. Deer are quiet and they like to come out when it's dark. So how can you tell if there's been a deer visiting your backyard? White-tailed deer can be hard to spot, but sometimes they leave evidence of their visits behind. If a deer has been in your garden, you might find leaves that have big, jagged bites taken out of them. Deer like to snack on garden plants. You may also find a spot of flattened vegetation where a deer has bedded down for the night. Deer are large animals, so when they lie down to sleep, they can push down the plants that were growing there. In the fall, when the bucks shed their antlers, you may be lucky enough to come across one lying on the ground. But these are really difficult to find since most are eaten by small rodents for their calcium and other nutrients. In areas where the ground is soft, you may spot deer tracks left behind by their hooved feet. A deer's toes are covered with a hard toenail known as a hoof. A deer's hoof is cloven, meaning it has 2 toes, unlike a horse which has 1 large toe. A deer also has 2 smaller dew claws on the back of its foot. When you see deer tracks, you can see those 2 toe shapes. If the ground was particularly soft or if the deer was running, you may also see marks left by the dew claws. Let's try making some deer tracks of our own. All you need for this project are paint, paintbrush, and paper. I'm using black paint, but you can use whatever color you like. And so I'm going to get some paint on my brush and then make a fist. I'm going to paint along the edge of my fist on the pinky side, but I'm not going to put paint on my pinky, just on my fist. And then push that down onto the paper. It leaves a little shape that sort of resembles the toe of a deer. Decide which way your deer is walking and add more tracks. Then, if my deer is running, I want to add that dew claw spot to my track, so I will paint my thumb and add the dew claw places. You can embellish your tracks by adding details like grass and twigs around the painting. This has been another episode of Backyard Biology brought to you by the Gwinnett County Public Library. Thanks for watching!